Hey, what up, everybody? Steve Breach coming to you tonight. I wanted to finish off my string of videos. I said that I wasn't going to be able to make a bottom 5 wrestlers that I've ever met. But basically, I got a good response on my top 10 favorite wrestlers that I've ever met. And a lot of people, I thought I described it pretty well in the beginning why I wasn't able to make it. But a lot of people just asked in the comments for that bottom 5 list of wrestlers that I've ever met. Bad experiences meeting guys. So I sat down and I knocked out the list. I told you that I only had 4 of the 5, so I'm going to go for a stretch here. We'll start out number 5 and we'll count our way down to our worst experience. Number 5, SummerSlam 2010. I got the chance to meet one of the... I don't like calling him one of my favorite wrestlers, but one of the best wrestlers that I've ever met. This guy was awesome. A lot of good matches for him. I never was a huge fan of the guy, but I always had a lot of respect for everything that he did out there. It was my first SummerSlam. Honestly, my first access session anywhere because I hadn't been to a WrestleMania access yet. And it was just off the charts. I was able to get a VIP access to meet Edge. And I was really jacked to meet him. I brought down a 1 of 3,000 figure, the Classic Superstars. I think everybody's seen it. I have a video talking about this whole experience and showing the figure off, getting signed. But I'm going to turn this around. I'm not going to give the douchebag award to Edge. I'm going to give it to me, but I'm going to say it because it is one of my worst experiences meeting a wrestler. Honestly, when I got up there, at this time, Edge was a good guy. And it was all smiles and fruity shits and giggles. And basically, when I wanted my picture with him, I just was basically asking him if he was going to do that heel smirk that he always did. Because, honestly, good guy Edge sucks. He was caught up in this whole time. We got moved from SmackDown to Monday Night Raw. For a long time, he made his career on SmackDown. He was the guy. Brought a lot of respect to the World Heavyweight Championship that since now has been really lost. And, I don't like good guy Edge. I wanted to meet heel Edge. But there was a lack of communication in there. And I just was trying to explain to myself why I was asking him to do it. And I just said, I paid a lot of money to meet you here today. And he said something, and because he was talking, I stopped. And that's right then when I realized that he thought that I was being a dick about how much I had to pay to meet him. So I'm putting it all on me, but I was in this weird sort of place that was like, oh, fuck, I think I just pissed him off. Not like the way that I thought I pissed off Ziggler. But that was all just for shits and giggles as well. I just wanted to be that guy in the back of the line, and then Above Average Muda called me out on that one, and then everybody was looking at me. But because we had that weird exchange, that was probably one of my worst overall meetings. Meeting a wrestler. That was number 5. Number 4, that next year, which would be 2011, WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta, I had a chance to meet Eve. I love Eve. I'm one of the biggest fans. I just really liked her. The way she improved. She won the Diva search. She was just basically a girl, and she worked hard at what she did. By the time she left WWE, she was one of the best women's wrestlers that they had in the company. I think that, honestly, probably Beth Phoenix was a better wrestler, but behind Beth Phoenix, maybe even Natalya, Eve was there. But out of those, Eve was the one being used on television the most, and I really liked Eve. I liked her look. I liked everything about her. When I went into the line to meet Eve, it was right as this session was ending. Honestly, probably one of the only reasons why I went up into that line, and it was only a photography thing. It was like you can't get her autograph, you just get her picture with her real fast. And people were waiting in line because they were doing the switch, and when they did the switch, Kelly came out. I had a chance to meet Kelly at SummerSlam 2010, and I also had a chance to meet Kelly at WrestleMania 29. And both of those times I was in that line, I was praying that I would not have to meet Kelly. But this time it worked out for me. There was a problem. I think from what I heard, was the buses that were bringing the wrestlers from where they were staying to Access, something happened to them and they were either stuck in traffic or broke down. They were late, one way or another. So the people that were in the booths were asked to stay a little bit longer. And I went from the back of the line all the way to the front of the line, basically just because nobody else wanted to meet Eve. They'd already met her, or they were hardcore Kelly fans and they really wanted to meet her instead. So I got my chance. I went up there to meet her, to get my picture with her. And I said, "Hey, yo, Eve, can I hold the belt for the picture? Get a little picture of me holding the Divas title up." What kind of a wrestling fan doesn't want to hold the wrestling title? At this point, honestly, it would be the first title that I ever held, as going to Access and things like that. If you go to Access, you always go wait in a line, and they let you take a picture with the actual WWE title. So why would Eve not let me hold the Divas title? She wouldn't let me hold the belt. She said only girls get to hold the belt in the pictures. She wasn't going to let a man hold the belt. What the fuck? It's fucking Access. Let some people have some fun here. I know that you're trying to bring some respect to the WWE Divas title, but I'm a fan. I want to hold the belt. Give me the belt. Number 3 on the list, Mark Henry. This is just basically easy stuff. Yo, Mark, I'm in your line to meet you at Access. If you don't want to be at Access, don't be at Access. There's plenty of guys on that list, so you go to Vince and say, "Yo, I don't want to do this," and they don't, they find a way to do something else at that time. It wasn't like Mark Henry had a huge line of people to meet him. He was like when I was talking about when I met Eve a second ago. Basically, there was a line change. Late Cool had just left, and a lot of people left when Late Cool left. Mark Henry walked up, and even more people left. Basically, I went from the back of the line to the front of the line and was like, "Yo, I have a chance to meet Mark Henry and only wait here for like 2 minutes. I'm going to meet Mark Henry." Mark Henry had been in that seat, like I said, less than 5 minutes, and he was already done. He didn't want to be there. I just asked him plainly for an autograph. For some reason, this day, something happened. I got to Access. My battery and my camera was dead. I swear to God, I charged it the night before. But then again, this is WrestleMania. We're not getting a whole lot of sleep. Stuff happens. Maybe I charged it on a charge and it got a negative charge, and that's what happened. But if I would have had my charger, 10 minutes, battery would have been up. I was lucky that Freaking 88 waited in a couple lines with me, and I was able to get some pictures with people because of that. But I missed out on pictures with I believe I missed out on pictures with the DiBiase's. Both Teds. I guess those are the only Teds. But both of them. I missed out on pictures with Mark Henry and a few other guys for that same reason. I just didn't have a camera. Shit sucks. These days, I look back on it, I really like my encyclopedia. It's not like something that I'm ever going to sell, but it's something that I can open a book and show people, like, I met this person, I met this person, I met this person. But to me, honestly, now these days, the pictures are worth more than the autographs anyways. Every once in a while, there's a guy that I want to get something special for that I can hold on to. Not really to resell, but something to have in my collection. Sometimes I get figures. The figures take up a lot of space, so it's not something that I really like to get. I want to get something that I actually put up on my wall. I'm going to be changing a lot of these out. Some of these will be going into, not storage. I think storage is one of the worst things in the world. You spend a lot of money, to put something somewhere, that you end up spending more money to keep something that you could sell and rebuy later. But that's for another day and another time of Stevie Breach teaching you the way the world works. But, I'll put them up in the closet or something like that for another day down the road, and I'll be hanging some new stuff up on the wall. The pictures to me are worth more than anything else. So we went from me and Edge, then we went to Eve, we went to Mark Henry. Number 2 on the list, SummerSlam, 2012. I looked at it as probably a once-in-a-lifetime deal to meet one of the biggest guys in the WWE. I know this year I'm having an awesome summer. I'm going to meet John Cena, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels, plus the Shield. I'll put the Shield over here. Shield's not really on their level, but it's going to be really cool to meet all 3 of those guys. But basically, CM Punk, at that time, I'll easily say is one of the biggest wrestlers that I've ever met. He's going to get surpassed in these next upcoming months, but at that time, I got a chance to meet him because I bought the ticket on the pre-sale, I believe, and no, I bought the ticket on the regular sale. Pre-sale I missed out, but regular sale I was able to jump on it. I was able to pick up another one for I think everybody met him that year. It was pretty easy. Beverage Muda met him. I met him. I don't think Yaya met him. But Yaya was pretty smart. Basically, one thing led to another. Yaya and I didn't make it to Access on time. We made it there late into the session. It was something about the San Diego thing. Go back and watch the SummerSlam movie or one of the SummerSlam videos that are on my channel from last year. You can figure it out. I think we just got stuck in traffic or we got lost. Something like that. Something along that lines. But we show up. Ends up the CM Punk Access thing got signed. I'm sorry, it didn't get signed. The CM Punk Access got switched to another time, and I was one of the last people to meet him. And I think CM Punk had, reached that limit of not wanting to meet people. Big Chooch Wrestling, who I am looking for. If anybody knows Big Chooch Wrestling, tell him Stevie Breach is looking for him and answer one of the private messages that I've sent him. But, honestly, I guess he was just done, and he didn't want to listen to me. I gave him, honestly, a very, very, nice thing to say to him. I was glad that he was a wrestler, that his goal was to make wrestling cool again, because honestly at that time I was 31. I don't really have a lot of people in my life I can talk wrestling with. That's why I get on Skype and talk to my buddies like Ravi, Miguel, Luke, Kevin, Zach. The list goes on and on. Matt Beast. Everybody knows you. I love you guys. You guys are the best. But, if it wasn't for them, I'd have nobody to talk wrestling with. And, I was thanking him for making wrestling cool again, and he just didn't show me any respect. I felt like it was just a slap in the face for paying so much to meet this guy. Fuck you, CM Punk. I love you when you're on my TV. I love you when you wrestle. But as a person, I'm not a fan. The last but not least, I think everybody knows, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, the world's greatest tag team. WrestleMania 28, I had a horrible experience meeting these guys. I went up to them to meet them. I was getting a DVD cover signed. For some reason, to meet these guys and get a picture with them, you had to buy a ticket for an autograph, a ticket for a picture for each of them. So to meet them all was 4 tickets. I'm embarrassed to say to meet them was $60. And, I told them that I was a big fan. It was one of the reasons that I was really pumped to go to Ring of Honor to see them wrestle for the tag titles in Atlanta. And, they were one of the highlights that I wanted to pay $100 to see their match this year. I'm not the biggest Ring of Honor fan, but I do like them. I did want to support them because I was a big Shelton Benjamin fan, to say the most. And I was excited. It was one of my first shows that I was ever going to sit front row for. And so as I was meeting them, I said, I'm really pumped to be here tonight. I'm sitting front row, and you guys come out. I'll be there, and I'll be cheering for you. I didn't mean 1,000 things by it, but I was saying, what I felt. Charlie Haas took that upon himself to say, I don't know if you watch TV anymore, but we're heels. Don't cheer us, boo us. And that's what really got us started out going down this bad direction, was him explaining that I was supposed to boo bad guys. People cheer heels all the time that they're fans for. CM Punk is huge known for this. Stone Cold Steve Austin got turned into one of the biggest wrestling stars of all time because people wanted to cheer him. Then, basically once this conversation was over with, he decided to think that I didn't pay for a picture that I needed to take. I had 4 tickets. I used 2 of them for you guys to autograph my DVD cover. That was going to be something that was special to me. That's not something I'm going to be sell down the road. Nobody wants a DVD cover of the ROH shows in Atlanta signed by like 15 Ring of Honor guys. Yeah, you guys might probably are the only WWE guys that have signed on there, except for Christopher Daniels, who was in TNA. So you guys probably are the biggest stars that are honestly on there. But I know that in my heart I'm overpaying for something that I really care about, but it's something that I care about. And basically I threw down money for this picture, and you guys don't want to take this picture. I had to go. Well, I didn't have to go get them. I didn't go get the Stooge. But the Stooge came over because he knew there was a problem. Ravi knew there was a problem. Kevin knew there was a problem. And they were standing 10 feet away from me. And, anytime you have to get management involved in some sort of a situation, you know it's not good. And as a fan, I walked away not getting it. Shelton Benjamin even called me out the next time I met him at the BTW thing. That's my worst 5 of all time. Thank you very much, guys. Peace out.